our aim is to break down this idea that certain art forms and literature in particular, I suppose, is something kind of highbrow and elitist and something that doesn't belong to them.
It feels like the doors are still closed to a lot of young people, or that's the perception, and I want to completely open those doors and say, look, I had none of those things. I'm from a normal family with not much money, and I've worked my way to be an author, and it is open to anyone. There's nothing special about me apart from the fact that I decided I was going to do it and I just went for it. So I think that if they can see me as an author and see that I'm just a normal person, for whatever that means, then they know that they can do it as well.
We've seen immediate impact as soon as Eloise started working with groups of young people. You know, they often have that response afterwards, oh, Miss, she's really normal. And I think that's one of the things they needed to know.
So I want to tell young people, you can do this, you can be an author, you can tell your story. In fact, we need your stories because we need new voices, we need to hear all the different stories, not just one person's story again and again and again.
I know there was one particular session where Eloise got them all to just feedback. It was feedback a bit of their writing or their ideas on something. And to even just see them standing up in front of their peers, for me, I knew what a massive development that was for them to feel like they had the confidence to be able to do that.
I think because I'm quite nervous and an anxious person, I admit that to young people at the beginning of the sessions, and then we talk to each other, I think more like kind of friends or people who are working together. And that the confidence that I'm trying to get them to have in their own voices is really important. I didn't use my own voice for a long, long time. I used other people's voices. I was an actor. I learned lines, and I said those lines well, but not brilliantly. I needed to use my own voice. That's what I want young people to do, use their own voices. I think once you've encouraged them to have that confidence in themselves and in their own voices, they can use that across the rest of their lives. It's not just about writing a bestseller. I mean, it'd be great if they did write a bestseller or a poem or something, but it's not just about that. It's about how they can communicate best, how they can express themselves best, how that confidence can walk into other paths of their life with them, whatever they choose to do. So I really genuinely hope that I'm helping them to find who they are and how best to express their own thoughts and ideas.
Swn i'n dweud ar y cyfan, pobl yn dod i nabod I gilydd, bod o'n rhywbeth cyffredin sydd gennyn nhw, bod gennyn nhw ddiddordeb mewn llenyddiaeth. A be I mi yn y cyfarfodydd yma ydy'r peth gorau oll bron, ydy'r sgwrsio dros banad wedyn, lle mae bobl yn ymlacio. A hefyd, dwi yn gwybod bod yna rai sydd yn byw ar ben eu hunan, yn ymdrechu I ddwad, mwyn iddyn nhw gael trafod efo bobl sydd yn dod yn gyfeillion iddyn nhw maes o law. Wedyn, na, mae yna werth anhygol iddo fo. Da ni'n dibynnu ar ein gilydd, tydan. A mae'r cylch yn bwysig i'r gymuned, ac i'r gymuned yn ehangach hefyd, nid jyst I Gaernarfon. Cos mae yna ddigon o bethau'n digwydd yng Nghaernarfon, fel mae'n digwydd bod, gwahanol ddidiadau, gwahanol sefyllfaoedd, ond mae o'n dod â pawb at ei gilydd sydd efo'r un nod na.
We have delivered about 10 different sessions, creative writing sessions, where our service users were learning how to write letters, letter to the body part, poems, spoken word, speech, also haiku, and many different experimental forms. So each of them could find something for themselves. Many of the clients that I've been working with are speaking different languages. English is not their first language, and for many of them communicating as newly arriving to Wales, as many of them are refugees and asylum seekers from around the world. It was very important, but I think many of them didn't have a chance to ever write in English or even write in their own languages. So this project was here to encourage them to understand their own bodies and understand that they also are writers. At our launch event, And that was the first time when they actually read something loud in English. It felt so empowering, and as well, they've been saying that it encouraged them to be creative. Literature is not only about grammar, it's not only about the words we are using. Sometimes it's about simplicity, and sometimes it's about the feelings that are being put into this writing. Sometimes we see the texts that are very, very simple, but they are so powerful that they make you cry.